What is up, everybody? Holy crap. So I am late for my live video. It's supposed to start at 1 p.m. and it is now 107, 109, correction. I was on a date with this gal and it started at 9 o'clock and now it's 1 o'clock. So, I mean, obviously it was a good date if it lasted that long. And it just took a little while to get here. It's like a 40-minute drive to get all the way back. And it's all these little loops and jump to hoops to get into this complex that I'm staying in. So it just takes a little while. So sorry about that. Anyways, whew, so much has been going on. And I wanted to, you know, say to, everyone that's been with me since the beginning of this channel, I want to thank you guys for being there for me, being that support, saying, telling me that, hey, you can do it. I believe in you because it does work. It does make a difference and it helped me push through to make this channel work. And as much as I do miss doing vlogging, it just isn't in the cards. There's just no feasible way to grow the channel, do the tours, and also vlog and also work on the side to make money. However, hey, what's up, Paula? Thank you for joining me. How are you? Um, so yeah, what was it, like 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago. I don't even know. I can't even count. 3 weeks ago, I did this episode with that gal Sharon. I did a tour finally for my channel, and it just blew up, blew up. Amazing, amazing. And then coming out with the other video with the gal in the trailer, which, believe it or not, I've actually gotten a lot of flack with that particular video. A lot of people were pissed off that she was wearing a mask, and I mean, I understand the frustration in it. I personally didn't want her to wear a mask, but I wasn't going to tell her she can't wear a mask. I mean, she's just being cautious. But I had so many people. I can't even tell me how many negative people I had to delete from my channel completely because they just couldn't get over the fact that she was wearing a mask. It just whatever. It is what it is. We need to do a van tour. Yeah, we do. Bev, of course we do. But you're in Florida last time I checked. I would love to do a van tour. And your van is so cool because you've got there's so much flair in there that's your personality, and that's what I really love about van builds is not so much the design or the layouts and things like that, but the little touches that people add to make it their own. And yours is absolutely like that. So I would love to do a van tour with you. Speaking of van tours, I need to do more. I've only got one left up for this coming Thursday, and I have no other shoots. So I've really got to hustle here, and I'm kind of hoping I can get something scheduled for tomorrow because I'm going out to Joshua Tree for a photo shoot. So yeah, that's what's going on. But the channel just finally 2 days ago was officially monetized. Because you have to, once you go through the getting the 1,000 subscribers and you get the 4,000 watch hours, then you have to go through this process with Google AdSense and then get the approval from YouTube and all this nonsense, and then you're ready to go. And it said up to like 30 days. I was like, oh man, I have to wait that long. But it only took like a week, which is awesome. And so I just started making money on the channel about 2 days ago, and I've already made like $50, which is phenomenal. I mean, that's like a tank of gas. Well, maybe not a tank for me. It's like 85 for me. But hey, that's money. More money than I've made on any YouTube so far. So, boy, I got to tell you, that feels really, really good. So, anyways, hey, we got 8 people watching. So, why don't you guys chime in? Let's have a chat here. Who else is here? Um, Paula with Van Vita Travels, she just did interview with Chrome, right? Chrome from Van City Van. Is it Van City Van Life? I can't remember if that's the name of his channel. But yeah, I only got to chime in with that for a little while because then I had a late night gig that I had to go to, so I wasn't able to sit through all of that. And you've been rocking though, Van Vita. If you haven't had a chance to check out Van Vita Travels, definitely check her out. She basically does interviews of nomads and people that live the lifestyle. And she's got this dating one too, which seems like a lot of fun. I've yet to be able to sit through one yet, but Yeah, definitely check out her channel. She's got some great content. Um, Co-host one of your Saturday nights. I'm totally down to do that. Absolutely, I would love to. So just reach out to me and we'll set up a time. You look like you got some. I did not get some, but I did get a kiss, and I have to tell you, it was pretty darn good. Mm. I enjoyed it. I did. Yeah. So no, unfortunately, I did not get some, but fingers crossed that I do at some point down the road. We shall see. um, so I'm. What's up, dude? How you doing? Headless musician in the house. Thank you, bro. Thank you for coming in. Um, as you guys know, I have a sleep issue, and it hit me again where I'm living right now. So it's clear that it's not just an issue in the van, but it's also an issue that I deal with in homes too. And it's weird because, I lived like 6 months in the house in Palm Desert, and I was fine. I only experienced it a little bit when I first moved in, but I figured it was just kind of like the jitters from kind of like the trauma of it. And anyways, I had lived in this house, now the one I'm in currently, for like a month, and then it just hit me right before I took my trip to Arizona to do those other tours that you guys have seen. I got bombarded with it for like 2 days. I was basically 48 hours of no sleep and doing those jobs. I was wiped out, and sure enough, it just happened this last week again. So I went nearly 72 hours without sleep, and I got to tell you, it was really putting a lot of stress on my heart. It's just my anxiety, my heart. I was getting the chest pain. I was getting, my jaw was starting to hurt. It was not a good position to be in. I ended up going to the ER, which was not last night, but the night before, because I'm just like, fuck, dude, I'm just not sleeping, and I'm going crazy. And you start having like disturbing dreams, and man, I highly don't recommend it for anybody because it sucks something vicious. It is brutal. Absolutely. It's absolutely brutal, dude. So, anyways, I have gone to the hospital many, many times throughout the years, probably within the last 7 years, and it's always anxiety related. I just have that shitty anxiety. I'm one of those guys that has that shitty anxiety, and it sucks. And I've just always been so cautious about taking the anti-anxiety antidepressants, just because they have so many fucking terrible side effects. And I've really always tried to look for a natural means or method of doing so, in terms of like dealing with it. And they never ever gave me anything when I was ever at the hospital, but this time they did. So I was telling them, like, look, I haven't slept in 3 days. I'm losing my mind, and my chest hurts really bad. And they're just like, okay, well, we're going to give you the, uh, I think it's called Atazan. It's like a form. It's like the brother of Xanax or whatever. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it properly. Anyways, I took this stuff, and in 45 minutes I was out like a light. I was sleeping, and I was tired, and I even felt a little drunk. But honestly, if that's the side effect, I'm fucking golden. I mean, this changes everything. This means there's a possibility that I could, if I needed to, move back into the van. And it's even a possibility because I have thought about selling the van. I very strongly was considering selling the van, taking what I could get from that and just moving up north into Oregon. But in doing so, I mean, I would also be spending quite a bit of money because I had really no place to live yet. So I would be spending money on, some kind of expensive rental situation. I hadn't really figured that out. But if I can do the van life thing again and have that means of sleeping, it's a possibility. The only thing that and I'll answer that in a question in just a sec, bro. The only thing that concerns me is, this type of medicine that I would be taking. You can't operate a vehicle for an extended period of time. I mean, I was drunk on that shit. And so, I mean, if I was woken up in the middle of the night and I had to move, then I would be, endangering myself and other people. So hopefully this is not something that I have to be dependent on, because I don't want to be dependent on any kind of drug that, I have to take. Otherwise I start having like health issues. But anyways, the search continues in terms of like what are some options that I can do for myself health wise to move back into the van. So I think for the next 2 months here, I'm going to be experimenting with different things that I can take so that I can sleep in my home again. All right. So what's your question? When is the last time you went stone balancing? Dude, thank you for reminding me that. I've been thinking about that for the last few days. And there's literally like some stones right out front. There's this little creek and there's some stones. And I really have been wanting to go out there and balance some stones, but I haven't been able to, dude. I haven't been able to. I've just been busy, busy, busy. And I just went 3 days with no sleep. So, I mean, I've been exhausted while putting out content, while working. And oh, man, I'm just tired even thinking about it. But I need to. I definitely need to. So, Hills, yeah, yeah, yeah. I hope you get. Yeah, man, I really do too. I mean, I miss van life. I miss it. I miss the freedom. I miss the it's like camping all the time. I miss the culture. I miss the people. I mean, if I missed anything the most about van life was there's two factors that I miss the most about van life. And one is just that absolute sense of total freedom. I don't have the weight on my shoulders to pay rent, to pay bills, to have to hustle all the time to get by. You don't have to worry about that anymore. That is all out the door. And there's just it's like you have room to breathe and then you have room to like travel and explore and be yourself. And if I want to just go out for a hike for the day and fuck it, just camp overnight. And if I mean, there's just so many possibilities. It's almost limitless. You still do have to make money, but I mean, you're just not so stressed about it. And then the second thing is just the culture, the people that you meet, and how we all share so many wonderful stories on the road, and some of them aren't good and some of them are amazing, but it's so worth it. I mean, just having that kumbaya by the fire and drinking a cold beer and having pie or whatever, or smoking a bowl, I don't care. It's just you get to do that like all the time. And I know there's a group out there in Lake Havasu right now that's doing it. There's like 40 people all camped out doing this shit every night. In fact, I know for a fact they're actually helping this guy build his bus in the desert right now. I totally want to be there, but I can't yet. But hopefully they're still around within the next week or so, and I can head out there. Your idea of the stones balancing is great. Thanks, Bob. Yeah, dude. I mean, Bob, if you haven't done stone balancing, I highly recommend it. Everybody that's watching, just try it because I mean, it's actually not as hard as it looks. And for me, it's like I don't like to really stack stones. I like to find one big boulder and balance that. And that's actually easier to balance a big stone than it is a small one. I don't know why, but it just is. And just take my word for it. Just get the biggest one you can lift. You're getting a workout, you're getting strong. And yeah, you're just balancing that stone. Once you're done, you're like, yeah. And then you just feel totally at peace. And you're like, oh, okay. Because then you're balancing yourself along with the stone. It's doesn't matter. It's cool though. All right. So Van Fam is real coming up a year now. What is that? I agree completely, bro. Van Fam is real. Yes, coming up, yeah, it totally is, man. It totally is. You just got to put yourself out there. Van life can be very, very lonely, very lonely. And that's goes the same with any lifestyle that you lead. If you put yourself out there and you just, you put your body out there where these people are at, and you just say, "Hey, my name is so and so," and that's all it takes. Because the community is usually very welcoming, unless you're a weirdo. I mean, if you put out bad energy, people are going to notice that, especially on the road. We pick up on that right away. So don't be a weirdo. Okay. Okay. um, such an important word. Yet. Right. Yet. Exactly. So, again, I've only got one other video that I've got coming out this week. It's a pro master, another pro master, but super cool couple. And this build's really cool. I like, and so far I like every build. But this one's got a lot of personal flair, a lot like Bev's. Bev's is very unique in of herself, but then these guys, they have a lot of music inspired types of things inside of it, and it's quite nice. I think it's just because I like interior design, and I like personal things, because everything. I think for me, especially when it comes to storytelling, is that every item that you add to your home, every picture that you hang on the wall, every stone that you find, every crystal, all of those have a story. There's always a meaning to that item. And that's why I like to shoot that in the beginning of my tour videos, because I'm trying to personally connect with you, with that person, because some of us might have stones or crystals that we love. Some of us might have pictures that we hang up in certain things, and there might be an item or like a record or a thing that you're like, oh, I have that too. And you immediately have that bond with this person before they've even spoken. That's why that stuff is so important to me. All right, I can see it in my YouTube channel, Becoming Bev. Just saying. Yes, absolutely. Check out her YouTube channel. Check out Becoming Bev. Um, there's uh, there's just so many of us, and each and every one of us has something of value to share. But I think the one thing that's the most important, if you're not doing this lifestyle and you're thinking about doing it, I would say stop thinking about it. Okay, stop thinking about it. Just do it. You know, honestly, like, just buy the van. You will figure it out. Don't worry about, having everything that you want before you do the build. Don't stress the details. The first thing you should do is get the van. And even that alone can be difficult, deciding which one to get. I certainly didn't buy the one I wanted. That was dumb. But you know, I waited a good year and I ended up buying this green hunk of shit. But it's my van now. It's my home. It's funny. It's like my home. My van is has been an absolute nightmare up until like the last 4 months now. It runs like a dream. Even though it needs a tune up, it runs great. It's because I fixed everything on it. But yeah, boy, I tell you, don't buy vintage. Don't buy a vintage van. Avoid it like the plague. Bob, I got an idea for some videos of camping on YouTube. I think it might. Yeah, totally down. I'm totally down, Bob. So here, let me put my email in here, and you can give me the information on that, and we'll go from there. And you're welcome, Bev. Absolutely. I love helping other people that are part of the YouTube community. And I especially love helping people that want to start a YouTube channel. In fact, Mindy states I helped her get her started. There's quite a few people that I've helped, like, listen, you have an opportunity, being part of a community that's very supportive. And, if you've got a phone, you can do YouTube. You really have no excuses other than just doing it. Just do it. The same with getting into van life. Like I said, the first step is just getting the vehicle, you know, and then don't worry about having everything else. Just do it pieces at a time. I know a lot of people that, over the course of, 3 to 5 months built their entire van in the Home Depot parking lot. For real. Because Home Depot doesn't care. As long as you're making purchases daily, they don't care about you using their parking lot. And I'm not kidding you. They're like cutting wood and painting and all kinds of stuff right there in the parking lot. So you could do whatever the hell you want. So yeah, don't sweat the small stuff. You before you hit it big. Ah, ha, ha. I haven't hit it that big. I mean, I got like I got where I needed to be in terms of being monetized. It was great. I feel like I have probably another I mean, if I can remain consistent, I feel like it will probably be another year before it really takes off. Because if you look at like Tiny Home Tours, for example, he's had that channel for 8 years. Okay, so he was part of this van life community long before most of us were. And it- Tiny Home Tours is God. When I started with Tiny Home Tours, which was back in I think it was 2019, August 2019, somewhere around there. When I started with Tiny Home Tours, they were at 350,000 subscribers, and here we are, you know, later. Don't ask me to do math. It just bloop 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 doesn't compute. But anyways, here we are to present, and I think he's at like 650,000 or something like that. Let's check this out real quick. Just hold on here. I want to take a look. He was at 372,000 when we started. Um, so let's see where he's at now. 665,000 subscribers. So, boy, once you get to that certain threshold of followers and your consistency and whatnot, because I think he puts out like 2 or 3 videos a week. And the only possible way that I could do that is to hire out like he does. So, hire 2, 3 other videographers and have them do all the filming. And I think ultimately that would be the goal. But I mean, it's going to be hard to find somebody that does it the way that I do. So that's going to be difficult because I'm going to have to train people. But I'm totally down for that because ultimately I want to do film projects about other things besides just van life. As much as I love the culture and I love the lifestyle, there's more to life than just van life. There are a lot of other topics and things, and there are places, and there's just a lot of things I want to share with the world, and I want to tell the stories about it. So, anyways, oh boy, oh boy. Wood burning stove, yeah, I love those things. Yeah, yes, the ambience alone is out of this world. Plus, I can a sauna on wheels. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen any type of bill with a sauna or something like that. That would actually be kind of rad. Be pretty good with the ladies there, Eric. But yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to doing your tour as well. I want to do everybody's tour. I want to tell everybody's story, except for maybe a couple of people. Not everybody in van life is that great, just so you know. Some people are total dicks. So, anyways, yeah, that's basically kind of where I'm at right now. Is just again trying to figure out and overcome the sleep issue and get a handle on it. Because once I get a handle on my sleep issue and I've got the whole van thing figured out, I'm solid. So I feel like the plan is that it's probably unwise to sell the van right now until I for sure have a place where I know I have a home base, and then just find another means of transportation. I just don't know. I just, I don't know. And I think the thing that sucks is that I don't like not knowing. So I've got a small window of time here in the desert because for me, I can't handle the heat. So probably by the end of April, first week of May is when I leave here and I head up north. And I'll spend about a month or so in Sacramento, which is my hometown. And I grew up in Sacramento, California. And if you've never been to Sacramento, it's a great place to visit. They have the Capitol there. There's a lot of history there. There's Old Town Sacramento, which is still there. It's been there for like 150 years, and they still have all the old buildings there. I highly recommend going and checking that out if you haven't been there. The basketball team is atrocious. Don't go to their games. They suck. They've sucked for the last decade. Maybe they've gotten better. I don't know. And there's a lot of other small little town areas. Well, actually, they've all gotten quite large since then. But anyways, it's a good place to visit. I don't love it there, and that's obviously why I'm not there anymore. But then I grew up there, so it is what it is. All right, so I gotta maybe pay attention to what you guys are saying here. Hold on a second. I'm trying to buy land to build my tiny home and do my van conversion. Finding land is the hardest part. Well, where are you looking at? Like where specifically? The Headless Musician? I'm pretty certain that I met the Headless Musician. We met in was it Bolsa Chica or was it Huntington Beach? No, okay, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, I forgot what I was talking about. So let me tell you guys about this date, just real quick, just real fast. If you don't mind, I'd like to share this date with this cow. Um, so in one of my episodes, I think it was the van life dating episode, I was talking about uh, there was a girl that I had met during van life that I really, really liked, and her name was Bethany. And I had done a tour of her home for tiny home tours. And her and I hit it off. I mean, it was just the perfect chemistry. And let's just say we had a great night and we had a great morning. And I had to leave because I had more tours to do, and I was traveling all over California, and so I kind of had to go do my own thing, and I knew that she was leaving for New York. Well, I never saw her again because not much longer after that, COVID hit, and she basically stayed in New York with her family for like 7 months or something like that. And to this day, I still have never seen her again. Um, she was kind of dating someone, so that became more of a serious thing. And so basically, I was kind of left on the wayside, which really sucked. I mean, I really had like my heart in this gal, because it's not very often that you have really good chemistry with someone, and that is exactly what we had. So I was really bummed that I felt like I didn't have the option to, you know, I felt like I didn't have a chance, to really, I guess, show her my true self. I don't know. Anyways, well, here we are, fucking like a year later, and I go on a date with a girl named Bethany. And it's funny because I go on YouTube and I'll do these like YouTube readings. Like there's other like YouTubers like Anwar, and there's other like tarot card readers, and I watch a few of these too. Even though I'm a psychic, I can't read myself because I'm just going to second guess everything that I get. So, anyways, I've been seeing that name come up a lot and a lot. I'm thinking, God, it can't be this girl that I never talk to anymore. It can't be her, you know. But then I'm like, oh, well, what if it is? I'm like getting all excited. But no, it wasn't. It was this other girl that I actually did a reading for. I read Bethany, and it was a tough reading. And then we just kind of grew into this like friendship where we would talk periodically. Anyways, we went on a date, and all we did was just meet up for coffee. And we just sat and talked for like a good hour and a half, and we have a lot of things in common, like a lot. It was kind of weird, like how many things. It's almost like she is a copy of me, like she's the girl version of me, and but really hot, right? So that worked out. Anyways, the chemistry was amazing. We did kiss at the end of the date. She's really into Harry Potter. She loves Bigfoot. That's a plus. She believes in Loch Ness monsters. She believes in aliens. She believes in ghosts, and she totally digs that I'm a psychic. So, win-win, freaking win-win. Totally worked out. All right, so that's enough about her. Let's see. That's right, dude. Yeah, you've been with me for a really long time. Long, long time. DJ. Oh, that's right, dude. I'm sorry. I suck with names, dude. I'm really not very good with names, but I will remember it now because now I felt bad. Sorry, bro. DJ, got it. And then Eric here has been really adamant about learning the filmmaking aspect, which I'm happy to help, bro. Just gotta get the time to do it. Yeah, dude. Well, the van of my dreams, the van of my dreams is a vintage van. I mean, honestly, I there's just something about vintage that I love, you know. There's always a story and a character, and it's just I don't know. I just like older vehicles. I can't really explain it. I'm an old soul, right? I mean, as much as I would love to have a Sprinter or a ProMaster, and I don't think I would not like it. But I don't know. I just like those older vans, but like a high top. If anything, a high top vintage old van built out by a gal. See, I can't remember her name, but hold on. I'm going to look it up here real quick because I was just talking to her recently. Uh, oh, there's the Wayward Blonde. So the Wayward Blonde, look her up. The underscore Wayward underscore Blonde. This gal, holy shit. She she doesn't do it professionally for other people, her builds. She she does her own builds for her vans, right? But she gives them away and gives them away. She doesn't technically give them away, but she does like raffles or whatever. And so she'll build them out. And just her style and uh, it's just the type of wood and the texture and the fabrics that she uses and the layout. She's just really really good. And I mean, if I could have the dream, it would be a vintage van with a high top, have her built it out, and it would have to be a 4x4. That would be the dream vehicle for me. And it would definitely be a van. I don't want to do a truck with a camper. I don't want to do a trailer. I definitely don't want to do an RV. I am totally open to doing a schoolie, though. I've really seriously been thinking about like a short 4 to 5 window schoolie. That to me sounds super appealing just because of the space that you can have with those. Plus, you can build the dope decks on the top or the back or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I think schoolies are pretty freaking rad, and I would love to have a schoolie with, like, say, a partner or something like that. So that's a strong possibility. Yeah, I know, dude. I suck. I'm just so bad with names. Should you do the tiny house first or the van conversion? I think that really just depends on the person, honestly. Uh, it depends on where you are in your life. Are you in transient? You know, Do you have a place that you feel like you can call home? Because that was probably one of the number one reasons also why I got into van life is because I've never really felt like I've been home. Even though I grew up in Sacramento, I've lived in the desert for years. Nowhere that I've ever lived ever felt like home to me. And that's why I wanted to do van life, is so that I could travel and see different places and like have that deja vu moment where I'd be like, oh, this is home. I haven't had that yet. So if you found your home, buy that land. Get it. You're not gonna regret buying land unless it's like got fracking everywhere, you know. So be careful of that, because I heard that's the thing. But yeah, get the land if you can, if you found your home. If not, and if you're in transient and you want to travel, do the van life, you know. And if you're smart about it, you can do it for reasonably inexpensive. And if you've got a mobile means of income, even better, or passive, even better. If you've got real estate, I think that's probably one of the best things you can do in terms of doing this type of lifestyle, is to have a passive income. Whether you're a publisher and you write books and you get money that way, or again, if you have real estate and if you're doing rentals and you're getting that money that way. I know a lot of people that do that. All right. So second and third grades, Sacramento, Citrus Heights. Holy shit, Eric, dude. Okay, so then what school did you go to? For me, it was James W. Marshall. Was that where I went for first? God, I can't remember. I moved around so much when I was in school. My parents kind of had me back and forth to some of these different schools. But James W. Marshall is where I went to school. I went somewhere else too. I just can't remember where it was. But I did some Rancho Cordova school, and the van life is definitely easier. Yeah, I mean, you don't have any property taxes. You don't have to worry about water or any of that nonsense. It's much easier to do van life. But then again, I mean, if I'm being perfectly honest, I would love to have a home base, some kind of like some land, some little tiny home that I can, come home to, and that would be great. I think anybody would probably prefer to have at least some kind of home base. Ideally. Where am I now? I am in. Where am I? I'm in Indio. I'm in Indio, California. And Indio is not my favorite place of the desert. It's probably one of my least favorite. Corrections. Desert Hot Springs is my least favorite of the Coachella Valley in terms of like places to live. I highly recommend never going there because it's not a nice place. Now, granted, they have these springs there, but that's the only thing that they have. It's not really that nice of a place. And people that live there will tell you otherwise. Oh, I love it here. But they never go downtown because it's dangerous. There is no downtown Desert Hot Springs. It's, like you have like the main city, right? And you have the main strip, and it's kind of pretty much ghetto all the way through. And it's been like that for years. There's a lot of corruption within the police department, the justice system. It just is kind of this heaping pile of dog shit. I don't recommend going there. Um, the politicians are corrupt. It's bad. I don't recommend it. Okay, so where am I now? I'm in China. You're in China? It's 5:50 a.m. Wow, dude, that's cool. Now that's like a culture shock. I would love to visit somewhere like China or Tokyo or something like that. That'd be pretty rad. Ah, well, one day. Anyways, God, do I have anything else to talk about? I don't think I do. Nope. I have no idea what else to talk about. I think I got it all out. I think I talked way more than I thought I was going to, but that's so cool that so many of you guys showed up to chat with me today. I understand why we need a gray tank. People who shower outside of their van don't need it, but people who shower inside do. I think the gray tanks. Um, I've only seen the gray tanks for like the sink and stuff. The shower ones I've seen, they just drain out the bottom. Because it's just soapy water. You know. I have a passport. Um, I got it like 2 years ago, but I don't think there's a lot of van life going on in China. I'm not sure how well that would work with my channel. Yeah, absolutely. And then, also like you can have, your whatever you need delivered there, for like a home base, you can have mail, you know, shower outside, no problem. A shower outside is great, except during the winter, because you're not going to want to go outside when it's like below 30 degrees for a fucking shower, even if it's hot water. Nope. That's why you got to travel with the seasons when you do van life, if you can. They just now starting the campers game. Um. Anyways, I phew, I'm actually going to be doing a here I live outside all the time. Hey Carol, how are you? Thanks for joining. Um. So I do channel reviews. It was just kind of this side hustle that I was doing a while back. Um, I had joined this like a Facebook YouTube group, and we were kind of like helping each other, give each other good advice on how to improve our channels. And I never really felt like I got the best advice, but again, it's just a lot of people that are all trying to grow together. And because I've been in the film industry for so long, I wouldn't really say film industry. That's probably not the right word. Because I've been a filmmaker for so long, I know what good production value is, and I know how to tell a good story. So basically, I would do channel reviews of people's channels and tell them I'd look at like three of their videos and I'd tell them areas and where they can improve and how to have a better production value so that they can have a better product, et cetera, et cetera. And now that I've been doing YouTube for a while now I understand the importance of the thumbnails and the titles and all of these little analytics and things that are actually really important. So I'm doing a channel review today for a friend of mine, Van de Groot. Let me look that up real quick just to make sure. And I can't find it. Hilarious. Oh, it's a very specific type of name. Hold on a minute here. Okay, so their channel is called Gertie A. Van de Groot. Now, I think de Groot is their last name, and Gertie is the name of the van. And this is a couple that I had done a tour with in Schoolie Palooza last year. I met them, and they're some Canadians that came out here to experience RTR and Schoolie Palooza and things like that. And we've just been friends since then. And they just started a YouTube channel, and so I'm going to do a full review of their channel to really help them out because um, they need some help. I love that they started, and I feel like they are totally worth watching. They just need to learn how to vlog, really, because they're not vlogging. They're just kind of doing storytelling, and that's not really what people want. So, anyways, I'm going to be able to try bathroom separation. And is this in a tiny home, or are you thinking about this in the van? Wet bathrooms are gross. Great things are really the wrong side. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah, totally. Okay. Well, I definitely look forward to the opportunity to shoot tours for each and every one of you once we get the chance. I'm sure it'll happen. At some point, and um, that's um, that's my favorite thing about this. About what I do is being able to meet you guys face to face and just sit there and chat it up and learn about you. I mean, honestly, the tours are fun, but my favorite part's the interview because it's like that one-to-one personal experience where we get to just really talk and get to know each other, and figure out why you got into this crazy life called van life and what inspires you and what are you doing to be a part of the culture and how is it affecting you and all these things. There's just it's just this is something I truly enjoy. Anyways, I really should probably get going, but I really appreciate you guys coming out here and showing up and hearing what I have to say about my life and what's going on. And pray for me that I do overcome and figure out this sleep issue because it's the number one reason why I even stopped van life to begin with. So fingers crossed. And you have my emails. In fact, I'll go ahead and put it out one more time just in case you guys missed it. Travis_travels at outlook.com. You can reach out to me on there. You can also reach out to me on my Instagram, just Travis__underscore travels. And yeah, so I think I don't know how often I'll be doing these live videos, but they definitely are pretty easy, much more viable for me to do a live video rather than to shoot a vlog for a week or so. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to chatting up with you guys again. So have a good one.